Hi, welcome to Sangria Sundays with Plum Deluxe. I am Ciaran. I am the Marketing Communications Coordinator here at Plum Deluxe, and I am also our tea cocktail connoisseur. Every Sunday in July, I'm going to show you how to make a different tea sangria. And all the recipes are from our new downloadable ebook, all about tea cocktails and mocktails. If you would like to get these recipes, we have over a dozen recipes, all our favorite tea sangrias, tea cocktails, tea mocktails. You can go ahead and download the ebook for free at plumdeluxe.com/cocktails. So today, like I said, I'm going to show you how to make one of our tea sangria recipes from the book, and it is our white wine elderflower sangria. So this is a really great, fruity, refreshing sangria. It's white wine based. I know a lot of traditional sangrias tend to be more red wine based. We like to play around a little bit. White wine goes really well with our just elderflower tea. So this is what it says. It's just elderflowers. You can also, if you want to add a little more flavor to it or play around, our Evening in the Garden blend works really nicely. And if you want to really try to, blend some black tea and white wine, the Royal Wedding with lemon and elderflower works really great in this as well. So let's dig in. What you're gonna need is just elderflower tea, an orange, it's got a nice organic large orange, a pineapple, small pineapple, medium pineapple. We're probably not going to use all of this pineapple, but it's a nice, ripe pineapple. You also want some honey dust, some of our honey dust that we carry, and you will want 1 to 2 bottles of wine. So I really like something like a Viognier or Gewürztraminer, something that is has some natural sweetness to it, a little more on the sweet side, and I like to chill it ahead of time. You can also, if you'd like, add a little bit of Saint Germain elderflower liqueur to this recipe. And you'll want ice, and if you want a little bubbly topping, some seltzer water. So to get started, we are going to brew up some of the just elderflower tea. So you'll want a strong brew, and you'll want about 2 cups of liquid when it's all said and done. I love the smell of elderflowers. It's just very earthy and sweet and kind of reminds me of summer. So our perfect tea maker here holds exactly 2 cups of liquid. Like I said, I want it to be strong. So I'm going to go ahead and do 1, 2, 3, and I think I'm going to do 4 just big heaping spoonfuls of the just elderflower in there. And then I have my hot water. Get some boiling water in there. Actually going to give it a little stir to get it all wet. Get it all steeping. Top it off. Right to the top. And I'm going to close this, and I'm going to let this brew while I cut up the fruits. So I'm going to very carefully set this aside right over here. Okay. So we are going to cut up our fruit next. So first we're going to cut up our orange. So I got a nice organic orange. When you're using citrus fruits, I do like to get organic whenever possible, just because you're usually putting the rind in there with it, so you don't really want any chemicals or sprays or anything on your food. They're not great to drink. I'm going to try to do this without making a mess everywhere. So you just want to slice your orange. Oh, this was not really the right kind of knife for this size fruit. That's okay. We'll just make do with what we've got. So you can do this however you want. You can do big, round slices. You can cut it in half and do wedges. I think wedges are going to be better for this knife. It's all going to taste good in the end. Cut this little one and do a wedge too. This looks so good. I just want to eat more. Maybe I will. In my sangria. This is going to be a lot of cutting fruit. One trick you can do is if you can find pre-cut fruit at your grocery store, you can totally go for that. I was definitely hoping for some pre-cut pineapple, but alas, they were out. So you get to watch me cut up a pineapple instead. Lucky people. Alright, I'm just going to make a pile of those over there, and I am going to switch to a bigger knife for the pineapple, which I have to try to remember. It's been a long time since I've cut a pineapple. I'm going to have to try to remember how this works. I know you cut the top off first, so let's start there. Woo. Nice and ripe and easy to cut. Oh my goodness. Except I'm so worried about this. Let me just move this to the side. And I'm going to bring my nice pitcher up here, because we're going to start putting the fruit in there next. Okay, that seems safer than having the tea right there. Did you know you can actually take this pineapple top now and put it in water, and it'll start rooting, and you can maybe grow another like pineapple plant? It's pretty cool. I don't know if I'm going to do that with this one or not, but I am going to stick it right here because it looks cool. Pineapple grounds. Okay. Now I think we cut down the sides. I didn't know I'd be giving a pineapple cutting demo when I got ready for work today. By the way, how's everybody's Sunday going? I hope you're getting some time to rest and relax. Maybe make some sangria. Have some iced tea. Let us know in the comments how you rest and rejuvenate on the weekends. We are always curious to know. Alright, I've got to make some room here. But I will save these to make some pineapple water later. You can just stick them in another pitcher with just nice cold tap water and make up some little like, pineapple essence water. Let's put my oranges in here because I've got to make up some room. It smells so good. So I think, let's take off the butt of the pineapple. Can I say butt on this? I hope so, I just did. Take that off too and put it over here. And then we just cut chunks of pineapple. Oh my goodness, this looks and smells so good. Okay. Let's see. We can. Woo. There we go. This is actually going better than I thought it would. I normally get the pre-cut pineapple because I'm a little terrified of cutting pineapple. But this isn't too bad. I'm doing it. Okay, and you want to keep in mind when you are cutting your fruit that you will want to be able to scoop some of it into the glasses later with your sangria to serve it. So you want, I guess, glass-sized chunks. So whatever, if you have really huge glasses to serve your sangria in, you can maybe go bigger chunks. But you also want to make it easier for people to eat the fruit too, if they would like at the end. I always like to eat the fruit after it's been soaking in the sangria. It tastes really good. Okay, so I think I'm only going to use about half of this pineapple because this is a pretty large pineapple, and I only needed a small one. So I'm going to go ahead and pop those in there. And some paper towels here. Okay. So we want to go ahead now and let's see. I'm going to try to set all this aside. Pineapple. Move this over here. Pull this front and center. So now we just kind of want to muddle the fruits in here a little bit. So that's why I like to get a wooden spoon of some kind. Just kind of, ooh, got an orange stuck on there. Hello, friend. So this just helps get some of the juices going. Ooh. The acid from the pineapple definitely found a paper cut I had on my finger. That's super fun. Yeah, I don't know if you can see this. We're getting some juice and stuff down here, so that's going to be great. And then we are going to add a little bit of honey dust to really bring out the sweetness of all this. When you're doing cold beverages and things like sangria, it does work really well to add a little extra sugar or sweetener than you normally would. With a hot beverage. Yeah, all right. So we're going to use 4 tablespoons of honey dust. You could also use our maple dust. You could use sugar if you wanted. I really like the way the honey dust combines with the elderflower. So I'm going to put just 4. And you can use a real measuring spoon if you want, or you can be like me and just use a giant teaspoon from your kitchen collection. So I'm going to give this a good muddling in once again. Great. Okay, and now I'm going to add our tea. So our tea has been steeping. It's nice and strong. And there are 2 cups in here, so I'm just going to be able to strain the entire thing into our pitcher. You can sing a little song while it strains. Make sure you get it all out of there. Okay. I'm going to give it another little stir. And at this point, you could also add the Saint Germain if you wanted. That one is optional. I do not have any currently because I drank it all, so we're going without. And now, I'm going to add in my wine. So, like I said, I have a nice Viognier here from one of our local wineries. This is a 2019 vintage. Like I said, you can use any kind of sweet white wine, works really well here. I like the Viognier, I like Gewürztraminer. You could do a Chardonnay too, I think would work really well, even though that tends to be a little more of a drier side. If you find a good Chardonnay you like, I think the buttery notes could work really well with the pineapple. Depending on the size of your pitcher or how much you want to make, you can use 1 bottle, you can use a bottle and a half, a little bit more if you want. It is going to be up to you and your tastes and how many people you're serving. So we are going to go ahead and pour this whole thing on in. Now the thing with sangria is you do want to let it sit overnight if possible, or at least 4 to 6 hours. So we are going to put this in the fridge now that it's all mixed up. I'm going to let it just sort of fruit all macerate in here and get all its yummy flavors out into the wine and the tea, let everything meld. And we will be back in a minute through the power of television. And we're back through the power of television, or the internet, or us. Just us. We're just magical beings. So our sangria is ready to go. It has been sitting and steeping, and it is going to be delicious. So I'm just going to serve it over some ice here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pry this open again, and I'm going to scoop out some of the fruit, because you have to serve this with some of the delicious fruit that has been soaking in here. So I'm going to pull out some pineapple over my ice, pull out an orange slice in here as well. I'm going to try not to make too much of a mess. Maybe a little more pineapple. And this is something, if you are serving this to people at an event, you can set fruit aside if you want, and when you cut it up for your sangria, you can set it aside and use that for this, or you can scoop the fruit out of the sangria and into the glasses ahead of time, and then put your ice in. Figure out what works for you. But it is really nice to have that yummy fruit right there in the glass. Put this back on, and I am going to pour us a glass of sangria. And there we go. So this is our white wine elderflower sangria. It's a lovely color. It smells so fruity. You get a little bit of that floral and earthiness from the elderflower. And if you want, you can also put a little bit of seltzer water on top of this. I recommend a plain seltzer if you're going to do that. You could maybe do an orange seltzer. If you can find a pineapple seltzer, that would work as well. I like it just as it is. I'm going to give it a taste and see how it turned out. Oh yeah, that is nice and refreshing. Yeah, the pineapple and the orange really play nicely with the just elderflower tea. And like I said earlier, if you wanted to add a little bit more dimension, play around with it, you could try the Evening in the Garden tea as well. Adds a little bit more of that floral note, in which case you could even like plop some rose petals in here to serve. Would look really pretty and would go very nicely with the Evening in the Garden blend. You could try this with the Royal Wedding black tea with lemon and elderflower as well. Would also be, I think, beautiful with this sangria. So thank you for joining us for Sangria Sundays. Please join us for our other Sangria Sundays. And if you would like to get this recipe, get all of our other tea sangria, cocktail, and mocktail recipes, go ahead and go on to plumdeluxe.com/cocktails, and you can download our free ebook with all of those recipes. Great for your summer entertaining, summer relaxation, or just anytime entertaining and relaxation. So thank you everyone, and I'll see you next Sunday. Cheers!